Good afternoon. I'll reconvene this regular board meeting of the Lane County Board of Commissioners. Welcome to Harris Hall. Thank you for being here this afternoon. We had a fun time this morning and the rain has started. So we have a couple of items on our agenda this afternoon. Item 13A is a public hearing on order 174-12-19 and I have a double X here. So, is it 01, Mr. Mulcahy?
09.
09, thank you. Public on order 174-12-1909 in the matter of annexing territory to the Rainbow Water Fire District to provide fire protection and domestic water services to the annexed territory. Assessors map 1703-2400, tax lot 0041, file number WRA 2017 ANX 3. And today, Ms. Mulcahy, I believe we have Ms. Bell and Ms. McKinney. So, Ms. Mulcahy, excuse me, Mr. Mulcahy.
I think Ms. Bell is going to take it over.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Commissioners. This is a special district annexation hearing to annex a single property into the Rainbow Water and Fire District. Believe you there are a few procedural items before I provide the full staff report.
Thank you, Ms. Bell. This is a public hearing on the matter, and it's giving an opportunity for those present to enter information into the record. The board, if it moves to approve this annexation, can adopt a final order on the annexation. The decision criteria for special district annexations are established in Lane County Board Order 17-12-12-19 and are cited in the agenda cover memo and attachment. At this point, I'm going to call for disclosure of board member ex parte contacts or abstentions due to conflict of interest.
I have none.
That was Commissioner Sorensen. Commissioner Lycan?
None.
Commissioner Williams?
None.
And I have none. At this point, any public testimony, any staff presentation prior to opening the public hearing?
Thank you. The proposed annexation area is partially within and partially outside of the city of Springfield's urban growth boundary.
Well, I've not opened the public hearing yet. Would you like me to do that first?
That would be great. Thank you.
Then I will open the public hearing. Thank you.
There's one, so I'll begin where I started. This is a special district annexation application to annex a single property into the Rainbow Water and Fire District. The annexation area is partially within and partially outside of the city of Springfield's urban growth boundary. It consists of one tax lot. It's located on the north side of Hayden Bridge Road and north of 21st Street, and the address is 2100 Hayden Bridge Road. Approval of this application will provide fire protection and domestic water service to the subject property, and it will also fulfill a condition of approval of a City of Springfield tentative partition plan. Timely legal notice was published in the Register Guard and posted in 3 places and also mailed to the applicant and the Rainbow Water District. No written comments have been received since the completion of the staff report. Staff find that the applicant has fully addressed applicable criteria that are found in Board Order 07-12-12-19 and ORS 198. The subject property is not currently located within the boundaries of any fire protection district. That's one of the requirements. And the Rainbow Water District Board adopted resolution number 2017-13 supporting the annexation of the subject property, and that was a unanimous vote. Therefore, staff do recommend that the board move to approve the proposed annexation.
Thank you, Ms. Bell. Questions or comments from board for staff prior to public hearing? Then at this point, we'll hear the applicant's testimony. I see none. Testimony of persons in favor? I see none. Any other testimony? I see none. Additional comments by staff?
None at this time.
Do we have a rebuttal?
At this time.
Very good. Then I will close the public hearing, and we'll go into deliberation action by the board. So, Commissioner Lycan, we have before us Order 17-12-1909.
So if there are no questions, Mr. Chair, I'd like to move approval of Order 17-12, Order 174. Isn't it 174?
No, that's a typo, I think. Yeah.
So that was the typo. Okay, so Order 17-12-19 because I got I got an email saying that
It's 17-12-19-09.
that is, okay, dash
So it was
09.
published, included 174.
Yeah,
Delete the
okay,
4.
perfect, okay. The matter of annexing territory to the Rainbow Water and Fire District to provide fire protection and domestic water services to the annexed territory.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Lycan, seconded by Commissioner Williams. And I will state that the entire documentation of this is online currently as 17/12/1909. Any material you wish to view, just click on View Material, and you can pull up everything that the board has before us. So I have a motion with a second, moved by Commissioner Lycan, seconded by Commissioner Williams. Discussion to the motion? I see none, then I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Passes 4-0 with Commissioner Bozievich excused. Thank you, Ms. Bell.
Thank you.
Then we will move along to our item 12B, which is a second reading on public hearing on ordinance PA 1349 in the matter of amending the rural comprehensive plan to redesignate land from forest land to agricultural land, to rezone land from impacted forest land F2 to exclusive farm use E40, and adopting savings and severability clauses. File 509 PA 16-05160. Application is McKeelis. PM and NBA 12-15-17. And Mr. Mokrajewski, again, we have Ms. Bell and Ms. McKinney.
Let's turn over to Ms. Bell.
Thank you. It has come to staff's attention that since the publication of the board packet, that several interested parties who participated on this application before the Planning Commission were inadvertently not included in the mailing of the public notice for the board hearing. Staff's consulted with county council on this issue, and to the extent that this may constitute a procedural error and we should cure it before the public hearing before the board, staff requests that the board conduct a second reading on this matter only today, and continue the hearing to January 23rd, and set a third reading and public hearing for that January 23rd date.
Ms. Bell, you asked for a second reading only today. Do we want a public hearing today also? So only a second reading today.
If I might, I think you can do either. I'm sure that it's fine if you, well, actually, now that I think of it, yeah, I think it makes more sense just to confine it to a second reading, since we have to put out a separate notice to get both the applicant and Landwatch and everybody else who appeared in front of the Planning Commission. So yeah, it makes more sense just to leave put off the public hearing till whatever date Ms. Bell has, and then we'll separately notice that.
Thank you. Then for the record, this is the second reading only, anticipating carrying it to a third reading at which date? Do we have that date?
January 23rd.
January 23rd,
That's the date
and we'd like a time certain at 1:30?
It would need to be a time certain.
Perfect. Very good. Then let's have the staff report. Do you have anything?
So at this time, staff does not have a full staff report. We will provide a full staff report on January 23rd. And in the meantime, we will provide a new notice to those other interested parties.
Excellent. Then we have before us second reading on ordinance PA 1349. Commissioner Lycan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So, Mr. Chair, at this time, I'd like to move approval of the second reading and set the third reading on ordinance PA 1349. And this is for January 23rd at 1:30.
You'll need to include.
Oh, in the public hearing, and setting the public hearing for ordinance number PA 1349 for January 23rd at 1:30.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Lycan, seconded by Commissioner Williams. That's a second reading, third reading on January 23rd at 1:30 and public hearing. Discussion to the motion. I see none. Then I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Passes 4-0 with Commissioner Bozievich excused. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thanks for coming in this afternoon.
Thank you.
Peter, it was 10 minutes.
Now, I have a poem I'm going to read. Then, Mr. Mokrajewski, we'll move along to a review of assignments.
I don't have any.
No assignments were made. Then we do have a need for a continuation of the executive session, and we did adjourn this morning, so I will read us back into executive session. At the gavel will be, this meeting will be, the regular meeting will be adjourned, and we will reconvene in executive session in the BCC conference room. We may come out of executive session, or we may adjourn from there. If we do adjourn from there, I'll state out loud that our next meeting is January 8th.
State of the county.
And wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. So the Board of County Commissioners will meet in executive session to conduct deliberations with persons designated by the governing body to negotiate real property transactions and to consult with counsel concerning the legal rights and duties of a public body with regard to current litigation or litigation likely to be filed. This executive session is held pursuant to ORS 192.6602E and H, which allows the Board of Commissioners to meet in executive session for the purposes listed. Representatives of the news media and designated staff shall be allowed to attend the executive session. All other members of the audience are asked to leave the room. Representatives of the news media are specifically directed not to report on any of the deliberations during the executive session, except to state the general subject of the session as previously announced. No decision may be made in executive session, and we reserve the right to come back out into public session should the need arise. Regular meeting is adjourned.